Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Conversation. So let's go ahead and find out what's there in the news today. But before we jump into the news, I want to talk about the EOS a little bit. So since you know the EOS mainnet is launched, but it's not live as yet because 15% of voting is really required, which is about 150 millions of vote. And this all you can check right here on eosauthority.com. Not only that, you can also check all your EOS tokens, like how many tokens you have, how many tokens you have. If you have registered it successfully with EOS public key and private key, then you can check it here. So let me show you that. But before that, this is what the voting status is right now. The actual EOS votes, these many, but minimum votes required is 150 million. So as you can see, there are only 33 millions of vote had been done. So we still have a long way to go. So it looks like everybody needs to vote. I mean, of course, most people are not comfortable by voting because you literally have to expose your private key, EOS private key. One of the ways that I found is voting through the scatter, and I'm thinking of probably to making a tutorial. I've not voted myself because this is kind of a risk that you're taking, but I think this is really important that everybody votes so that we reach that 150 million votes. Otherwise it's going to be delayed. So we are standing at 3% vote right now. However, the voting has to be 15%, right? Yeah, but there is a way you can actually check all your tokens before actually the voting is done as to how many you have. Just go on to eosauthority.com, and the home page you will find it'll ask you to enter the Ether wallet address. So if you enter your Ether wallet address here, it will show you as to how many EOS tokens have you got and what's the address. I think that talks about the private key, right? So yeah, it's a beautiful way of checking just to ensure that you have mapped your all the EOS tokens, ERC20 tokens with the EOS public key. And so once you find that number, it gives you kind of assurance of, okay, my tokens are safe. Of course, if you have kept your EOS tokens on Binance and any other exchange for that matter, if you're dependent on the Binance to give you the migration token, then it won't show up here because then you are not the custodian of those tokens. It is the exchange. So then, and in that case, you won't be able to vote also, I guess, if I'm right. The only people who can vote are the only people who have registered and have kept the tokens with themselves, as far as I know, because yeah. So let's go ahead and find out what's the news today. So one of the news I want to cover is, which is the good news, by the way. So it's one of the Korean Upbeat exchange, which, if you remember, had come about some bounty programs for anyone who reports that Ponzi scheme, fraudulent scheme. I mean, there are too many of fraudulent scheme going on into cryptocurrencies. And apparently they have rewarded about 6 people for reporting the fraudulent cryptocurrency schemes, which is great. I think more of the exchanges should be doing this. So the exchange implemented a bounty system in March to reward users for identifying fraudulent schemes related to cryptocurrency. The system is focused on identifying multi-level illegal scams posing as cryptocurrencies or initial coin offering tokens. To the original complainant, Upbeat pays reward of about 1 million won, which is about 931 USD is what they have paid. Since the implementation of the system, a total of 10 cases have been received and 6 of them have been selected. So finally 6 of them were for fraudulent scheme and they all have been rewarded. The next one I'll cover is Wells Fargo bans cryptocurrency, has banned all the purchases from credit cards. So this is basically an American bank, I believe, Wells Fargo, and so they only ban the credit cards, not the bank account. So now they are in the same group as of JP Morgan, Citigroup, and Bank of America. These are the banks which do not allow their customers to use their credit cards for buying cryptocurrencies, and the reason that they say the cryptocurrencies are volatile and you may not be able to pay back the due, which is quite funny because they never actually care about such things, but interestingly, which is better than these kind of emails in India, where the banks are actually stopping. So one of the stories that I heard recently is the customer getting a lot of messages from these banks saying that you cannot trade into cryptocurrencies. I think the credit cards are better. At least they are only stopping the credit cards, not really the bank accounts. But in India, people are getting these kind of messages. So one of the messages that I recently heard from the community is that the person actually went ahead and closed his bank account and opened a bank account into a different bank altogether. So yeah, these are basically the kind of things that we really need for really to bank for the banks to understand that these things cannot really be stopped. And I found a beautiful answer by Jimmy Wales. So Jimmy Wales is the founder of online encyclopedia, and he actually said that you can't ban blockchain; it's a map. Yeah. So simply, this is something that banks need to understand, that you can't really ban something which exists on internet and it's a math. Uh, Weird, isn't it? Maybe sometime in the future they will laugh at us what exactly they were trying to do, what exactly they were trying to ban, right? And the recent price drop, as you can see, the market has been dropping. So one of the biggest reason for that is the South Korea's coin check, which lost about 28 millions into cryptocurrencies. They were recently hacked. The exchanges are risky. Exchanges are damn risky. This is very interesting because Tezos, one of the ICO last year, now all of a sudden have started asking for KYC from their investors, and that is after 1 year. Now, this is something that I find very, very annoying because these are the terms that you should always keep it before you actually onboard the users. Like, for example, Poloniex also, right? I mean, I believe that most people might not be able to provide the KYC and ML KYC thing. Um so this could not be I don't know, I don't hold any Tezos, but I presume that this would not be a good news for all the Tezos holder out there, saying that now they need to provide their KY actions that they're taking, probably because they are afraid of the regulators and now they want to ask for the KYC. But I believe might be some people who might lose funds during this. So, but yeah, interesting again. Thank you so much for watching. Do check your coins on the eosauthority.com, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.